Any other questions? Yes, sir.
Sure, I've heard rumors about one particular slave, Sally Hemmings. You have a particular fondness for her. Would you like to address that?
No. No, I never had. It would be rather historically incorrect were I to make any statement to it, sir. I'm not certainly unfamiliar with it. I know this action of the Federalist Press very well. I know the owner of the Federalist Press. He is my cousin, David B. Randolph. He has the greatest and pronounces the greatest distaste for his abolitionist cousin, Mr. Jefferson. You will find it to be the same distaste of many Federalists of means. And so what did he do, sir? He hired that news writer who had initially written on behalf of the anti-Federalist platform. I'm referring, of course, to Mr. Callender. He was the gentleman back in 1796 who exposed our Secretary of the Treasury, General Hamilton's marital infidelities. Exposed by his venom of his pen, his affair with Mrs. Reynolds. And of course, as a result of continuing his attacks against the Federalist government, he was one of the 18 news writers who were arrested under the Alien and Sedition laws in Adams' administration, fined $250 and thrown into jail to serve an 18-month sentence. I remember that as President-elect, Mr. Callender wrote me from jail asking his release. I wrote back to him that I was but President-elect, I had no authority, and by the day of my inauguration, your sentence would be over. Remember, the Alien and Sedition Acts, enacted, if you will, by the Federalist administration, they were not laws, they were acts. And they expired, do you recall what day?
The day after.
March 3rd,
The day before.
1801, the day before the next presidential inauguration. Thereby holding all of those who would disagree with that administration at bay through the next presidential election. About 6 months after I became president, Mr. Callender wrote me again. In fact, this time, freed from jail, he asked me for a particular political appointment. In fact, he told me he wanted to be postmaster in Richmond, Virginia. I wrote back that I would not suffer that patronage, and I think that is what provoked and angered him more than anything else. It was no surprise to me to learn that he was hired by my cousin Randolph and immediately put to work. And so that particular article in the Richmond Recorder appearing in September of 1802 is the result. Mr. Jefferson and his Congo heroin.
That rumor is untrue, is that correct?
I have not made any statement to it. And it would be rather ill-mannered of me, would it not? Rather ungentlemanly of me to stand here and pronounce my opinion upon it without Miss Hemmings here to speak her own mind.